Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Owen McKendry. We just had a very swift finish to our co-main event this evening. Fabio Wardley has stopped Frazer Clarke in the first round. Slightly different fight to their 12-round war back in
Yeah.
back in March, Owen. Um, Wardley's become the first man to defeat Frazer Clarke, and he's done it with just with relative ease. It was just I don't think
Mm.
everyone had their predictions for this one. It was a really tough one to predict, but I'm not sure many people were predicting Fabio Wardley in the first three rounds, let alone the first one round. Give us your assessment of what we've just seen.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. I did back Wardley pre-fight, but no, I didn't expect it to be as one-sided as that was. I think from the first shot, he landed cleanly. The writing was on the wall. Um, Incredible, really. I sort of said round five, round six. I thought Fraser Clark was actually going to win a couple of the early rounds, and then Fabio Wardley would get to him, but. Wow, as I said to you off camera, I said on the preview, and final predictions, etc. I was surprised the fight come so quickly, after, like you say, their 12-round war, and I don't know if that had any effect at all, but no one's expected that to be done inside the first round. And straight away, I had a quick look at the reaction on Twitter. Everyone's the same. Everyone's not necessarily baffled by it, 'cause I think a lot of people, as they're shown on the Sky coverage, I think it was like 40% of the viewers had backed a Wardley KO.
Yeah.
Just to do it that quick and that emphatically, it looks pretty evident that Fraser Clark's gonna probably have surgery on a broken jaw. I don't think I've another fight of the night where something I've never seen before has happened. So yeah, incredible, really.
Yeah, it was one of those. Look, thankfully, look, it looked like he kind of got down one knee and it was a weird one because he kind of got on one knee and just wasn't getting back up. He looked like he was some parts of his body, but some parts of his body were capable of getting back up, but other parts of his body weren't. And then when the camera kind of went to his face, you thought,
Hmm.
yeah, there's a reason he's not got back up because he shouldn't be taking another shot to that jaw. And I just think the in the run up to this fight, Fabio Wardley kept on saying in order to win this fight, he needs to be more clinical than he was in the first fight, which he definitely was. I just think Wardley, if you consider the lack of amateur background, lack of amateur pedigree
Mm.
to achieve what he's achieved in his career anyway, is fantastic. I want to ask you, Owen, how after what we've seen tonight, Wardley looks clearly a big puncher. He's blown away everybody in his career now, apart from that first Frazer Clarke fight, and we've kind of seen what's happened in the rematch now. How far do you think this guy can go? Because we've not seen him really kind of in too much trouble in his
Mm.
career, and I just think that we're going to have this kind of post Usyk Joshua Tyson Fury era in 18 months, 2 years. Fabio Wardley's still only 29. Can he compete and be a genuine top 10 or even a top five heavyweight for you?
Do you know what? A couple of fights ago, I'd have said no, but then if you look at, I know it's sometimes boxing math, it never works out, let's be honest. But I think when you look at, say, like how Daniel Dubois beat Filip Hrgovic, where Hrgovic was just landing and landing and landing and couldn't finish the job. And if you put Wardley in a situation like that, I think Wardley would stop him as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to be looking at, people spoke about Hrgovic as potentially being the next one in line to take over. So he's going to be a top 10 heavyweight. So I definitely think, as you say, when we move into an era of even the likes of Joe Joyce, who are getting on and don't think are going to be doing much more in the sport, Wilder, Joshua, Fury, Usyk, etc. So I think it's come at the right time for Wardley, but I think it's one of them. If he can stick around in some fights against some of the bigger names, then he might have a puncher's chance. It's just a case of has he got the defensive ability when someone of a better level is going to stick it on him and back him up into a corner and unload. But I think, like you say, he's clearly above British level. He punches far too hard for that. So I think definitely top 15, 100%, because, like I say, the likes of Hrgovic, etc., the way we seen Daniel Dubois beat him and the manner he beat him, 100%.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I just think, look, I was thinking, could you find 10 heavyweights who could beat Fabio Wardley. Maybe. Could you find 15? I don't think you
Mm.
can. I just think you've got the likes of somebody like Otto Wallin, F.A. Jagba, Michael Hunter, who Pike obviously aren't top 10, but possibly top 15.
Yeah,
Fabio Wardley possibly beat them. I think he possibly would. I
yeah,
wouldn't I wouldn't
definitely.
promise you anything, but like a Jared Anderson as well. I just think Wardley, he punches very hard. He's extremely tough. He's got a lot of heart. He's got a bigger heart than a lot of these guys,
Hmm.
in my opinion. I think as you touched on, it's the defensive ability. It's the problem with the nose we've seen in a couple of fights now. Um, but we'll see. It's exciting. He's a very exciting fighter.
Definitely.
Can't leave it there, Owen, because the fight lasted 2 minutes, so we can't go on for too long. But look, very exciting times for Fabio Wardi. I hope he's out kind of early-ish 2025. I really do.
Mhm.
In another big fight, we will see what happens. Owen, just the main event to go now, but thank you very much for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Pleasure as always, mate.